Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Laifa and I'm a professional makeup artist based in Lagos, Nigeria. So this is our beautiful model today, the gorgeous Cynthia. I'm going to leave her details in the description bar below. So I'm just starting off by prepping her skin. I just wiped it, put some moisturizer on her lips, and now I'm using the Mario Badescu spray on her face. Then for moisturizer, I'm using the Miss Metix moisturizer. I'm going to leave the details of every single thing I use in this video in my description box below, so do check that out. For primer, I'm using the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. I'm just using this all over her face except for underneath her eyes. Then she has oily skin in her T-zone areas. So for the T-zone areas, I'm going to be using two mattifying primers, the Mehron and the Becca primer. So I just used both of them for just her T-zone area, which is her forehead, her nose, Cupid's bow area, and her chin. So now that we're done with skin prep, let's move on to foundation. And for foundation, I used the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush foundation in shade 9, mixed it with Too Faced foundation, Born This Way foundation in Warm Sand, and mixed it with Vee Beauty in Gingerbread. Mixed everything together to form this beautiful cocktail. Then sprayed the Kiss Beauty setting spray on it, and now I'm using the Talkglam beauty sponge. It's so soft. I use that to blend the foundation in, and this is what it looks like after the blending. Our model is so gorgeous, isn't she? So to contour, I'm using the Vee Beauty foundation in the shade Chocolate Pie, and I'm using my Younger Beauty brush to do this step. You're going to see me use a lot of Younger Beauty brushes in this video. Like, watching it now, I realized that I used a ton of their brushes, and that means I'm actually getting used to using them. It means I like them. So trust me, I will always still go back with the beauty sponge. So for her cream blush, I'm using the Vee Beauty Lip Palette. It's actually a lip palette, but I like to use it for blush. Then for highlighting, I'm using the Tarte Shape Concealer. This shade right here is shade Fair. I use that for the inner corner of our under eye area. Then for the immediate under eye area, I'm using Kevyn Aucoin in SX08. I had to say that really slowly if I bite my tongue. So I'm using that for her normal highlight areas. Then the last shade you saw me show when I was showing the Tarte Shape, that's the Tarte Shape in Deep. I use that for the outer corner of the highlight areas to help with the blending, to make sure there's no line of demarcation between the highlight areas and the contour areas. Here you can see the dark shade, that's the Tarte in Deep. So I like to spray. You see me spray a lot. So I sprayed one more time before I started to blend. Guys, forget that this thing is sped up. You need to take your time to blend. Like, blending takes me a long time. And see, if your shoulder doesn't hurt, you've not blended enough. So keep blending, my loves. So I usually leave the lightest shade for last, so you can get a bit tacky, but you don't want it to get too dry. So for setting powder, I'm using my setting powder. Oh my god, Merak Cosmetic setting powder in the shade Ginger. Look at Ginger showing off right now. Do you guys see? I'm so proud of my babies. Like, my babies came out so good, and I'm so proud that this is my brand, Chloe and I. I'm going to leave a link to my website in the description bar below. So for all over our face, I'm using the Makeup Forever powder. I mix shade 355 and 365 for the rest of her face. You can see how I'm dabbing. Like, I don't use a lot of powder for the rest of the face. I don't even use a lot of powder because that's where you start to get kiki looking makeup. Just light swatch, then you keep pressing it in. Then to bronze her face, I'm using the Hudabeauty Glowish bronzer. I can't remember what shade this is, I'm sorry. It'll be in the description bar below anyways. So for blush, I'm using the Zulu palette from Juvia's Place. I was trying to remember that. I used the orange and the yellow shade in that palette for blush. For the nose contour, I'm using the Mineralized Skin Finish powder from MAC in the shade Dark. So now I'm baking, and I'm using the same Merak Cosmetics setting powder in the shade Ginger. I used 2 shades for blending, for baking. I'm using Ginger right now, which is the translucent powder. So I use this to bake the bridge of the nose and what I'm doing right now. Then for reverse contour, I used another shade, which is Curry. You'll see me use that in a minute. That's Curry making an entrance right now. So now that we're done with baking, don't be alarmed. I'm sure when you see the next clip, you'll be like, Laifa, why are you like this? I know they will come for me. But don't worry, I know I mostly skip this step because it takes so long to do it on camera. But I actually have a detailed brow tutorial from this video. I decided to make it another video because it would have made this video really lengthy. So now we're just doing the eyes, and I'm using the Huda Beauty eyeshadow palette for this look. At this point, I forgot to apply concealer as my base. So now is when I went into concealer before I continue with the eyeshadow. So the first shade you saw me use was the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in dark. That's what I used for my first transition before I went into this Huda Beauty. So I'm just building up and lightly winging out the color. I started with the lighter shades. See, another younger beauty brush. You need a precise small blending brush like this for the crease area, like you can see me doing right now. You see what a difference that makes. You need a small precise brush for that. This is not a sponsored video or anything, but I think that brush set is bomb. So to cut the crease, I'm using the Huda Beauty concealer, a very light shade, I can't remember the name, and then this Nuban Beauty brush is from their brush set. This is what I used to line my lips, what I used to cut crease. It's so, I don't know, this is how the brush is. I don't even know how I discovered it. So like, it was just in my set. I barely used it until I discovered it, and now I have like how many of them, and I'll literally buy the set just for that brush. So this is what it looks like after cutting the crease. And to set that concealer, I'm using the Maybelline powder. I can't remember what shade that is, but it's going to be in the description box below. So I'm just using that to set the concealer. Then I'm going to go back into the Huda Beauty. See, I used 2 different palettes actually, now that I'm looking at it. But those are the only palettes I used. I now took this nude shade because I was going for a nude look, but the white one was now too white. So hence why you're seeing me using different colors. So I just mixed everything together, and everything still came out really beautiful. I loved it so much. I was so obsessed with this eye look. So what I'm doing is pretty much explanatory, so just watch and see.
How is that even possible? How could we let love go? How could we move on? Why you wanna let me?
Now for black pencil, I'm using my baby Merak Cosmetics Charcoal. Charcoal! Did you guys see Charcoal? Charcoal is beautiful. I love her. Like, she was the first baby I gave birth to, and we got her right. She's soft, she's smooth, she's dark, she's charcoal. So I'm just smudging her out, winging her. Take your time with this step, you guys. And I went into eyeshadow to further smoke that liner. I was really impressed with this eye makeup because I've never actually done something like that. Even though it's still in the nude family, I know you guys will see I really like nudes. Do you guys see charcoal in that tight line? It's so dark. You don't want to miss this step. I don't understand why people miss this step. Then when they apply lashes, you see that it looks so weird. So the lashes I'm using is from Miss Metics. It's from their bridal lash sets. Ooh, lashes make such a difference, my goodness. Same with that beauty palette. I'm using this to smoke the lower lash line. Then I went into the Ben 9 Clown White, and I used that white shade for the inner corner as a base for the eyeshadow I was going to put in the waterline. Waterline, I meant, sorry, not inner corner. Oh, professional makeup artist. So that same nude shade is what I used to set the Clown Whites. So now I'm just dusting off the bake the setting powder, Merak baby. Then I'm using this to bake. I'm using the same powder to bake so that you can have that clean line that you get when you do foundation after the eye makeup. So if you've always wondered how to get that look after you did skin first, this is how to do it. So this is my beautiful sister, styled by Dobra. In case you don't know, my sister is a hairstylist. That's me over there being goofy. We had a blast. No, I really enjoyed this shoot day. It's just look at makeup artists and muse. We always look. We never wear makeup. Why do makeup artists never wear makeup actually? This day was fun. Me, the makeup artist, my sister, the makeup artist, and our beautiful model. Fun times, yeah. Setting spray, I'm using the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray, followed by the Charlotte Tilbury Setting Spray. This is a new find, and I love pricey, but I love your makeup is going nowhere. I remember when Uche Natsuri was always raving about it. I finally gave in. For highlighter, I'm using the Beauty by AD highlighter in, see, this thing has seen good days. This is my most used highlighter, Beauty by AD in Heroin. I love how smooth they are. It's a really nice base. You know me, I like highlighter. I love. I'm surprised I didn't put another highlighter on top of it. I usually do, but it seems like I used only this one in this video. My serious face, like I'm barely breathing at this point. When I do precise things like brows and this, I don't breathe. So now I'm using the TM Essentials Cheek Glaze right now. I love them. It's a cream blush. I wanted to try out the Fenty one, but I don't know. I was so lazy, and then I ended up not buying it when they were doing the Black Friday sales. So that's my sister rocking Laifa luxury hair. All my babies are in this video. All my babies are representing my hairline, my makeup line. Isn't God amazing? Like serving God pays. Do you guys know that? Anyways, onto the lips. I'm using that same Huda Beauty concealer as my base for this nude lips. Then I use the Eye Magic palette, the brown shade in there, to line the lips with that same Nuban Beauty brush I was telling you guys about. That's bomb.
The sun's going down as I try to make my way through the crowd. Feeling alive. I love being by your side. It makes me shine. We got one summer, so let's make it count. You make me feel like.
So that's the Eye Magic palette I used. So I'm now using a light shade from that same palette to brighten the inner corner of these lips. Then for this lip gloss, I'm using this lip gloss from the Zickel X Brega collection. The glosses in that collection are bomb. I don't know how I just started using them recently. Ooh, look at Laifa luxury hair, baby. And the writing lady's down. She literally used only mousse. You guys, I can't wait for this collection, this raw hair collection to launch. This raw donor hair is bomb.com. So yeah, that is the finished look. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. You see all the details in the description bar below. I love you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.
Talk to me, baby.